Here's something that I've discovered. I always wanted to try these and I never did until just recently. See these? If you're out here, if you're wanting eggs for breakfast and you're packing far and high and far back and you're gone for several days, it's not really an option to carry real eggs. This is a substitute that you can depend on. Ova Easy egg crystals. You can get them in the supermarket, and you can get them at the same place you buy your backpackers pantry food and things like that. I've tried different brands and varieties of powdered eggs over the years, and these are the only ones to me that actually taste and look like real eggs. And they are real eggs. You just put 2 tablespoons of powder in a cup for each egg that you want. Add enough water to make it the right consistency and cook it. You have scrambled eggs, and you cannot tell the difference between these and real eggs. Let's check on our potatoes here. Almost there. Battery went dead. Had to go get another one. Yummy. I'm not too sure where I left off when I was talking, but I was taught when I was a youngster that when you come out here, there's 3 things you need to survive. You need to stay warm, stay dry, and stay fed. If you concentrate on those 3 things, staying warm, staying dry, and staying fed, you can have a wonderful, comfortable experience out here. If you forget any one of those 3, it can be miserable. And sometimes if you forget one of those 3, it can be deadly. So you need to think about that. When you're buying gear, buy what fits what you're going to do. Are you wanting to be light and fast, or do you want to be slow and comfortable? Most of the people that are into bush hacking, yeah, that'll work. Anyway, bushcrafting, the bushcrafting, camping out, long distance hikers. Most people are going to come somewhere in the middle of that. They don't want to be really, really light because they need equipment. And they don't want to be really slow and comfortable because that also means heavy. And if you're packing it on your back, every pound can be a ton. So bear that in mind. Buy quality equipment to keep you warm, keep you fed, keep you dry. Buy the best quality that you can afford. When it comes to really important things like a good sleeping bag, a good stove, a good tent or shelter of some sort, buy the best that you can afford plus a little bit more. And it's far better to cringe a little bit once than to be sorry and have to buy it again 6 months later because the one you've got isn't doing the job. This little stove right now I believe is going for about $120. That's pretty expensive. But what you're getting for that is downright plain, rock hard simplicity that will not fail you and it will not break when you need it. It has some limitations. In other words, you saw that it has to be preheated, and in a really dry environment you may not want to have that live flame there while you preheat the stove. If you're in an environment where it's going to rain a lot or it's going to snow a lot and you're going to be stuck in your tent, you're not going to want a gasoline stove because the vapors they give off are dangerous. Not only does it smell bad, but they give off tons of carbon monoxide. If you think that you might be having to cook in the vestibule of your tent, then go with something like an alcohol stove or a gel fuel stove. Don't use gasoline, and don't use the hexamine stoves, because they all give off lots of fumes, lots of smoke, not good inside a tent vestibule. Well, we're all packed up now, and I'd like to remind you, since we're here, leave no trace, nothing, not a piece of paper, no plastic, no leftover food, nothing. As a very famous naturalist once said, when you're out here, leave nothing but your footprints, take nothing but pictures. And we'll just hike on back to the truck here. Okay, what I found was while I was digging in this box, was a box of this. Let's see if we can get you to read that. Trioxane bars. Same thing as hexamine, but this is what the Americans used, and the hexamine was invented by the Germans and used in Europe all the time. But trioxane is what we used in the 60s and 70s and 80s and on up to heat MREs with and sea rations. I mean, that's not unusual, but what is unusual, if you can get it up here to where I can see if I can get you to focus on that. See that date? 1984. This box of trioxane bars is 32 years old. So they've been in storage for quite a while. What we're going to do is open one of these up and see if it still works. 32 years old. Let's find out where we're at here. Yep, looks like a trioxane bar to me. Let's see if we can make it light. Yep. Immediately. I mean, that thing took right off. I mean, it was just instant. And look at it, you see it's already up at full temperature. I guess being packed away for 30 years kind of dries them out a little. Put a little water on here. Yeah, well, the stove's too warm, so I can't adjust it now. Dang it. Oh well, I'll just hold it. As hot as it is though, believe it or not, hexamine is even better. Weight for weight, gram for gram, hexamine puts out just about twice as much heat as trioxane does. Got the wind blowing here, so all my heat's kind of coming out the side. Yeah, that answers our question: is does this stuff age? After 32 years, I have to say no. So if you have any of this trioxane compound around and you think it might have gone bad over the years, as long as these packages are still sealed, they're good, as far as I can tell. Just one little tab. It didn't last long enough to boil the water, but it's hot. So you can find these down at any Army surplus store probably, and they're on eBay for sale all the time in bunches. You can buy like 10 boxes or 30 pouches, because there's 3 pouches in a box, and you can get that for like 25 bucks, and 30 pouches of these are going to last you a long time. See here, if we open up the box, there's 2 more pouches still unopened. So at the surplus store, these things usually sell for anywhere from $2 to $3 a box. Pretty good bargain. But still, when the crisis comes, when the zombies have come by and ravaged everything, and you're out there with nothing but your little stove and hexamine bars to heat your water, it'll all be good. And that's it. See you next time, folks, out there.